We support Gen Z through their mental health.
Gee, I'm curious why you went with the one-time fee versus a subscription model.
You have a lot of
We
competition.
wanted to use that as a way to attract more customers to our app.
Hi, my name is Hanan.
And I'm Angela.
And we are introducing Harmony Space. We support Gen Z through their mental health with convenience. Meet a friend of mine. She was a social, playful, and outgoing 11-year-old. But then COVID hit, and she wasn't the same. Maybe it was that she spent too much time alone. Maybe because she was on YouTube all day. Or maybe it was because she broke ties with everyone who cared for her. It started off with, I hate everyone. Then I hate myself. Then I'm useless. I can't be loved. I hate my life. She said these things to herself every day like a ritual until she believed them solely. That little girl was me. But it wasn't only me.
That is 42% of Gen Z in America battle with depression and feelings of hopelessness. That's nearly 30 million people of the future of our world being affected by mental health. And while we can't get them off their phones, we can make accessing mental health support as easy as watching the next TikTok video. Take a look at some of my features.
We offer the daily self-esteem questions feature. To boost self-esteem, users are asked a new question every day that will lead them to answer positively and therefore feel optimistic about themselves.
Another feature our app offers is Walk with Me. This is a 15-minute guided walk mediating the bridge between anxiety and calmness, assisting the user by combating them with physical wellness through exercise and mental wellness through mindful activities.
Our app also has a daily tasks feature. Users will be sent daily notifications containing a task built to help them achieve their mental health through routine. Our current target market is $390,000 with 40,000 Gen Z struggling with mental health in California alone. However, in the future, with the resources that we need, we aim to reach the rest of the United States with a possible market of $300 million. After presenting our idea to our target audience, we got 55 people on our waitlist in just 24 hours.
We will be offering a 7-day free trial followed by a one-time fee of $9.99. With 1,000 users, that leads us to $10,000. But this is only the beginning of our app.
By the fall of 2024, we plan on integrating AI algorithms that will give the user options to fit their lifestyle. By the winter of 2025, we plan on introducing gamification. By the spring of 2025, we plan on integrating community interaction features.
We are asking for $315,000. We plan to invest $210,000 in engineering and design, $55,000 in marketing, and $50,000 in operating costs.
We are the perfect team for this because we are all Gen Z. We are familiar with mental health challenges. We know what lights up our mood when we feel down, and we know what calms us down when we feel stressed. We want to help Gen Z because we understand them. We know them. We are them.
Gen Z is the future of this world, and they're the most susceptible to mental health struggles. We plan to use personalization to fit each and every user, and with over 55 signups in 24 hours, we have evidence that there is demand for our app.
Thank you. And let's help Gen Z own their mental health.
So I think my first question would be, right, what are your recommendations, right, resources, exercises based on, are they research and science backed? The reason I asked is because when I was working at Pinterest, we did design a lot of free mental health resources for our users. However, given, the nature of mental health and how serious it is, we did partner with clinical psychologists from Stanford to ensure these resources were vetted and tested.
Yeah. So a lot of our features, we had researched them a bunch, like self-affirmations, for example, that was researched. Like it is known to help, just as affirmations of putting yourself down can make you feel so terrible about yourself. Affirmations of good things that you say to yourself can definitely raise your spirit. And a lot of the times, things like routine, like daily tasks, or answering a question like, what is one thing you're happy with yourself for doing today? That is another way of just affirming yourself daily, just trying to get yourself into the routine of just like loving yourself. Yeah.
And yeah, that was actually my first question as well. First of all, thanks for sharing your story, Hanan. Very cool chair. I've been staring at this entire time. So one of the things that I've been, wondering about this is, you have a lot of competition from free apps, and especially now Apple has its daily journal feature, which is actually, it's got system access. And so while obviously this kind of stuff is, not necessarily a bad idea, you have to consider in the context of, other people who have unfair advantages. So how are you thinking of getting this to be a thing that people actually use when there are already so many well-established daily journaling apps and, it's system-based apps now?
Mm-hmm. So I would like to go back to one of the slides that we were talking about where we are talking about our next steps. So currently, with the time given, we were able to build some of the features that you probably have seen it in many apps like Headspace or Calm, for example. However, we plan on in the future, we do recognize that many of these features you've seen them a lot, but in the future, we plan on integrating AI algorithms. And basically with this, we plan on taking it a step further than what our competition does by really taking into consideration the person's personality, their life experiences, who they are as a person. Every day that they answer a question or maybe skip it or choose another option, we see what kind of person they are and give them the tasks, affirmations, reminders fit to them. And we think that because our current target market is Gen Z, we want to make it just for them. Whereas you may notice that a lot of the other mental health apps like Headspace or Calm, it's more broad. So that's what we plan on doing in the future.
And to add on real quick to what Kristen asked earlier about like all the research and stuff. So we did have a psychologist with us, a clinical psychologist with us to verify and fact check our information. She is very experienced with in her field. So yeah.
Yeah, I had a quick question on your monetization strategy. I'm curious why you went with the one-time fee versus a subscription model.
So we kind of so I think that we started off with that because we feel that Gen Z, meaning like teens, they don't have the financial capability to do that over a long period of time, and that's how we saw it. And this is how we plan on starting off. But in the future, I think that we want to do premium versions where we will implement a subscription of some sort.
Yeah, and also to add on real quick, we also did a 7-day free trial as mentioned in the presentation. We wanted to use that as a way to attract more customers to our app and also give them a chance to make their own decision whether they want to use the app or not.
Yeah, and I think that was a similar concern of mine too, right? Because you mentioned these additional features on the roadmap, like personalization, et cetera, that can get very, expensive.
Yeah, I think a common pricing mistake that I see with consumer is that people either overcharge or undercharge, in the sense that there are a lot of things it's true for consumers where if you put in a charge, people will say no. But usually that's about free versus charging. It's like if you charge anything, even 99 cents one time, some people will go like, ew. But once you have decided to charge, you've actually filtered most of those people out. And then you can actually oftentimes charge more than you think you can, once you've actually made that decision. I'm actually kind of surprised to not see any people who are interested in doing ad-based supporting stuff. Like tons of consumer things are ad-based for a reason, that you can get those free people, especially if it's something that's a broad consumer thing, we can get scale. So that's the thing I would maybe consider, especially through things like affiliate links and extra purchasing. Like there are ways you can make money without necessarily charging a one-time fee. So in this case, for example, you could have links out to therapists that you charge an affiliate fee for. You could sell things that are soothing to people, like bath bombs and things like that you don't even have to do, right? They're affiliate links out. So I would consider that as part of a monetization strategy to potentially also make it free and get even more adoption. Because in a space that has existed for a while, there's always the question of adoption and why should I use this as opposed to the thing that I'm already using or nothing. Because remember, there's a selection effect. When something's been around for a while, you actually know something about the people who aren't using it. There's probably a reason they have not yet. So that's the thing I would really encourage actually everyone here to think about, is those selection effects for markets that have been around for a while. There's oftentimes a reason that those people are not being served today, and you need to know why in order to serve them.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Hanan and team, Harmony Space. Thank you very much.